Hi, my name is Ryan Ouellette. This is my shop, Precision Body Arts. This is our front lobby area. Magazine selection for waiting customers, seating, tattoo and piercing portfolios, water. This is our main hallway area, our reception and copy area, and some of our body jewelry selection. We primarily deal with internally threaded or threadless titanium. Here we have some end pieces as well as a small display about anodizing, some titanium spirals from Anatometal, internally threaded titanium navel pieces from Wildcat, some gold from Body Vision Los Angeles, a few internally threaded titanium pieces from Intrinsic, Anatometal, and Industrial Strength. The top shelf is all Neometal. We sell every end piece they make in both 16 gauge and 18 gauge, as well as a few pieces in gold, and a small assortment of side-facing gem curve barbells. The next case is basically plugs in stone, silicone, steel, and glass from both Gorilla Glass and Glassware. Signage to not place used jewelry on the countertops. Our next case is organics. We have some wood plugs from a few different vendors, some pieces from Maya Organic, and some pieces from Tawapa. So we go from the jewelry selection down the front hallway, which is basically our tattoo flash selection, a small art gallery of paintings from our tattoo artists, and then we come back towards the reception area and our main hallway. Behind the counter we have our computer, phone, appointment book, credit card processing machine, and under our case we have things to prevent cross-contamination, gloves and baggies, hand sanitizer, glass cleaner. We keep our trash in a closet off to the left. All the trash from the booths go in here before they're brought out to the dumpster. Continuing down the hallway, we have the tattoo rooms off to the right. They're basically all set up in the same fashion. Here's a quick overview of the tattoo rooms. To the left we have an employee break area. Basically just a couch, a table, and a TV for lunch breaks. Going further down the hallway to the left we have the sterilization room, marked employees only. And to the right is the body piercing room. So we start off on the clean side of the sterilization room. We use a Tuttenauer 2340M medical autoclave with the dry cycle. We have our packaging countertop used for clean items only. Some bulk items for packaging prep packs. Storage cabinet with a few stickers. Bloodborne pathogen standard laminated. We have our sink, trash can, and ultrasonic. Countertop for processing used tools. Disinfectant, contaminated towels, gloves, an air filter, and shelves for drying tools. Over on the dirty side of the room, everything needs to be handled with gloved hands only, and we have signage denoting that. We have a cabinet where we store processed but not yet sterilized items waiting to go into the autoclave. On the opposite side, we have packages for tattoo and piercing items, trays where we would have dried, processed items waiting to be packaged. We would package them on the countertop and label them as needed. Underneath, we have dental bibs, disposable shower caps for the ultrasonic, marking implements, and pass-fail integrators that we run with every sterilization load. Underneath, we have our enzyme solution for the ultrasonic, soaps to use with tattoo tubes, disinfectants, and brushes used as needed. Over here we have some bulk cleaning supplies for the floor as well as some extra bleach. Foot operated trash can. And a hand operated sink for this room. And we have signage on the wall denoting that all items on the contaminated side need to be handled with gloved hands only, and that the sink is not to be used for hand washing. On the clean side we have our wall-mounted glove box, steam distiller, distilled water storage, autoclave maintenance items. We have our spore test kit from North Bay Bioscience, some chamber bright, as well as brushes and a drain tube for the autoclave. We have our sterilization logbook, as well as a date stamp for sterilized packaged items. Under that we have some green soap for the tattoo artists, our sterilization logbook showing every test we've run on our autoclaves for the last 9 years. We do bi-weekly on our Tuttenauer front loader and weekly on our Statum. We have our OSHA compliance log with our MSDS sheets, training manual, SOP manual, and bloodborne pathogen information. Under the packaging counter we have bulk supplies for tattoo and piercing, as well as our packaging supplies for non-contaminated items, such as jewelry and needles. We have some dental bibs, spare exam paper, and in this cabinet we keep our anodizer as well as anodizing supplies. We set those up on the packaging counter when needed. In the metal cabinet, more bulk supplies. We have some PPE aprons, gloves, bibs and razors, disinfectant, and H2 Ocean. So this is our body piercing room. Some of my training certificates, the exam table, non-porous flooring with a splash guard, biohazard items, sharps container, used tool bin, trash can, our sink hand washing area, storage cabinet, Optum disinfectant wipes, more under cabinet storage, sterile tool sortage, sterile and non-sterile body jewelry storage, our Statum unit, more under cabinet storage, and the instrument tray. We have our exam table which can be positioned for multiple piercings, obviously. Under cabinet storage for non-sterile items, we have some needles in this cabinet, some body bits, some more bulk storage items, all either in boxes or plastic bags, and no sterile items are stored in these cabinets. In our biohazard area, we have all of our items labeled. The trash can says "Do not touch, use foot switch." Our bio shelf says "Caution, biohazard." We don't have a label on the instrument tray because we autoclave it on a regular basis. We have a instrument prep foam so we can avoid liquids on a shelf where they could potentially spill. We have our wall-mounted sharps container, clearly labeled biohazard. Coming back into the work areas, we have our foot-operated hand washing sink. No decontamination occurs in this sink, it's for hand washing only. Underneath we have some storage of bulk chemical items and some exam paper. We have our hand pump soap, paper towels for drying hands, and our Optum wipes. Over the sink we have some bulk jewelry, spare gloves, glucose tabs, a camera. Here we move on to the tool and jewelry storage. First we have bulk jewelry, non-sterile, post and end piece options. This is basically jewelry that we would sterilize in the statum unpackaged prior to insertion. Next we have our pre-sterilized jewelry. That needs to be handled with gloved hands only. Basic jewelry assortment of CBRs, barbells, curved barbells, librette posts, individually packaged in the sterilization room with our heat sealer. We have our individually packaged needles, individually date stamped after sterilized. Here we have our sterile tool storage. Individually packaged forceps. This one has a pass-fail integrator in the package as well as an individual date stamp. All of our forceps are packaged in the open position. Here we have some individually sorted tapers. And various receiving tubes in metal and glass. This one has a pass-fail integrator in the package and again the individual date stamp. Underneath we have our prep packs. This one has gauze, Q-tips, and a toothpick, individually date stamped as well. We have some different styles of prep packs, individual gauze. Underneath that we have various bulk storage, some spare prep packs, things like band-aids for microdermals, alcohol wipes, sterile field towels, and some sterile saline wipes. In the next cabinet over, we have some non-body piercing implements. On the shelf below, we have things like extra gentian violet and PPE masks. Above that, some spare hair ties, aftercare packets, and business cards given to each client. Here we have our oral prep mouthwash that's set up on a foot pump dispenser. We have our Statum 2000 unit that's used for unpackaged body jewelry prior to insertion primarily. We have our logbook for the Statum, spore test kit that's run weekly, individual tray cassettes, non-sterile gauze, and pass-fail integrators. Below that we have our neometal bulk storage. We have all of our various post and end piece options. They're all sorted by size and style. Below that we have some more non-piercing implements. And below that, various aftercare items and plastic bags. Next to that we have the drain bottle for our Statum. That's fed through a hose through the back of the cabinet into the Statum unit. We have a spare cassette and some non-sterile tools. We have a gauge wheel and some jewelry bending pliers. And finally we have our exam tray. That's disinfected with Optum after every use. Further down the hall and to the left is the restroom. It's a unisex restroom, handicap accessible. Fairly straightforward, not a lot of things to point out. We have a hand washing sign, wall-mounted towel dispenser, hot and cold running water, a soap hand pump, a sexy man in the mirror, and a sign asking people to not remove bandages or change jewelry. Foot-operated trash can, toilet, handicap rails, toilet paper, and a storage cabinet for cleaning supplies. In here we store general cleaning items only, no workroom disinfectants, and no contaminated items from any of the workrooms. Continuing down the hallway to the right we have my private office. There are no body art procedures or decontamination procedures performed in this room, so it wasn't filmed. Around the corner to the right we have some basic storage items, extra toilet paper, t-shirts, trash bags, paper towels, and our rear exit. This leads into the alleyway to the right of our building, and back up to the front area.
Okay, so hopefully I didn't screw up anything. Hopefully you like the shop, and hopefully you'll be a member soon. Thanks. Fucking stupid, and I hate filming these goddamn videos. Cut.